Coach, you're coming off an 11-day road trip. You got a huge series this weekend. Did you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish in a game like this tonight?
Yeah, we're trying to limit who we used in the bullpen, trying to keep the guys on what we were kind of doing offensively the weekend. It looked like that is what happened. Grant Siegel was outstanding, getting Wiley Hartley in a clean inning, and then getting Bauer out there for the first time in a long time. I think that worked out perfectly.
Your offense has now been on fire the last couple of games after just going 3-2 in that Saturday game against Texas Tech. Just, I don't know what kind of shift maybe you saw in the offense over these past couple of games, tonight included.
Well, it looks like the pitch selection for the most part was better. The plans look a little better. When you start seeing the extra base hit show up, obviously that helps a lot. There was a lot of stuff in that game and a lot of stuff in the Texas Tech game on Sunday where we executed the short game a little bit. We drove the baseball, 2-out hitting, and then some of the base stealing part of it showed up as well, and that showed up again today early.
Was this top-tier UCF baseball for you?
Well, I think there were some parts in there defensively that I thought Grant Siegel should have shut him out. If we make the defensive plays that we're capable of, there was a couple mental mistakes out there, and there was 2 mental mistakes out there in the ninth. So offensively, yes, I thought the pitchers were outstanding, including Grant. I mean, all 3 of them. But we probably should have shut them out if we played the defense we need to play.
Kind of reflect on how you guys were able to bounce back in Lubbock this past week. I know the long road trip didn't get off to the start you wanted, but you needed to get a series at Texas Tech, and you did that. Andrew Williamson, obviously, was among many players who had really big performances.
Yeah, and I think you roll into Oklahoma State and you get your tail beat the first night, and then you're in a really tight one on Saturday, and you battle back on Sunday and get nothing for it. And, you got to get on the bus and drive to Springfield. And in that game in the 7th inning, I think it's a 3-2 ball game. So to that point, to see them kind of push through and finish that game and go on at that place on a Friday night that had all kinds of weather issues, and we show up at 3 but don't play at 8:30, and they battle through that, lose like a gut punch on Saturday, and the performance on Sunday followed by this one, you hope that that's something we can build on.
Williamson ended up becoming the first UCF hitter to hit for the cycle since 2015. Just what was it like to witness that?
Man, it was in a hurry too. It was like the natural cycle in all the first 4 at-bats. And I didn't really process it until he got the single, and I saw the dugout go nuts and I was like, oh, that must have been the cycle. But he's been on it. He's been carrying us for a while. It's nice to see him get rewarded. He's one of our hardest workers, and he takes us very seriously, and it means a lot to him, and he's getting rewarded for it.
It's an obvious tight race for this Big 12 tournament. Do you think that this game is going to give you guys confidence heading into the weekend?
I mean, I think when we're playing that way for the last couple, 7-8 days, hopefully that does more than just one night performance here on a Tuesday, but we're just going to find a way to play this thing one game at a time.
Lex, I know, tweaked something at Oklahoma State. I know he's a senior. Games are kind of running out for him.
100%.
What's his status?
Yeah, we're hoping he can play Thursday. So he's trending towards that. That would be the goal. It would make me very happy for him to be able to get out there in this last weekend at home.
Of course, Mateo's been filling in for him at first base. I know getting the grand slam in that Sunday game and got a couple of more RBIs tonight. Just what was it like to kind of see him get some action?
Yeah, he had. the 3-run homer on Sunday, and then he had a sac fly earlier in the game with the bases loaded. That was a good swing, and he's progressing, right? Like this is a tough situation. We try to run him out there and get comfortable, and it's hard to get comfortable at Oklahoma State and on the road and doing all that stuff. He looks like he's getting more comfortable. He's a guy who's got a big future here.
Yeah, I was going to ask about what's the upside? A guy like Mateo, obviously a true freshman. It was going to come right away for him. There's veterans in front of him, but what do you kind of see from him, not just now, but looking ahead towards the next year?
Yeah, and that's a guy that when he got here didn't play much first base. So he's trying to learn the position, got over there, saw a quicker way on the field at first, and he's improved over there. And he's helped us on the mound. Like he would be pitching more at the end of the year right now if we didn't have to use him at first base and do that, and he's given us 2 options to play.
So he would continue to be a potential two-way player again?
100%, especially with the way these rosters are going and not knowing. I think the two-way guy is really important to building the roster.
You also had Antonio go 5 for 5 on Sunday as well. Just I don't know how often you see a 5 for 5 game like that, but just what have you seen from him there? And then
and I think he was struggling a little bit, and it was a tough sled for him at Oklahoma State, and that happens to every hitter. But he did some things on Tuesday at Missouri State, and then on Friday night he had the big 2-out double, which was huge in that game, and then to roll that into Sunday, and that performance Sunday was special. It's hard to have a guy hit for the cycle and think that somebody else had probably a little better offensive day than the guy that hit for the cycle.
I knew you invited Chet Lemon to the Florida game. That was a special moment that he had on this field with you. Obviously, we got the news he passed a few days ago. Just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on the passing of Chet Lemon.
Yeah, it's really sad. Just feel for him and his family and really the whole Central Florida baseball community, because the way this thing is now and all the great things that he started it all. Like, there was a lot of guys that in my era that would never even got a chance to play in half those games if he wouldn't have set this thing up, and he did it all for the right reasons. There's not a person that played for him, coached with him, against him, that doesn't have the utmost respect for him and the way he did it, and he'll be sorely missed.
Next weekend, you're fighting for that spot, the last spot in the Big 12 tournament. BYU and Utah right there with you. You have the tiebreaker over BYU, but what's your message to the team as you kind of prepare to fight for that last spot?
You play Thursday as hard as you can. You go out here Thursday, you play the best game you possibly can, play it as hard as you can, and then we'll figure out the next day after that. You got to play this thing one game at a time, and we've been doing that for a while. It's no different than we've been playing the last 3 weeks.
Any adjustments to the starting rotation, or
Not right now, no.
Good.
All right, awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck, Coach.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.